Hey guys, DanHeilman here. We are back with another Ace video. I want to give you guys an update on my Poison team. I want to show you some free-to-play Poison teams. There's a lot of Poison units in the game. Poison is pretty good. I'm not sure if they boost the actual percentages since closed beta test 4, but Poisons have been working very good. There's a lot of people using them, and I just want to give you guys an update because I didn't really talk about free-to-play options before, and someone in my guild has a pretty good free-to-play account that was able to clear Queen of Tides 12 on manual, but still, it is very strong, and I want to give you some updates on the team. Okay, very first thing I'll mention is the team I use is 100%. I don't think I've ever lost. And I can clear Queen 100% of the time very quickly with the stats I have here. I can only do level 11, can't quite do 12 yet. The biggest thing holding me back from doing 12 is Zatlux. I need a Zatlux that's able to clear the waves, and you need a pretty beast Zatlux to be able to do it on Queen 12. So that's the next thing I'm working on. I'm just sitting here stockpiling gear. I'm farming 11 all day, every day. It's all I'm doing. And basically, I'm trying to stockpile enough gear to beast up my Zatlux and the rest of my team so that I can auto 12. 12 is a pretty big jump from 11, especially just the trash mobs. So, yep, I'm going to keep farming like this for a while and try to stockpile some really good gear. All right, so my guildie who's able to do it on 12. I don't know how often he can do it on 12. This was a while ago. He was doing 10. He made it up to 12. The team he was using is Zatlux, Mary, Santis, and Gajar. So, Gahar, however you say his name. Cool little free-to-play team there. No legendaries. Epics and a blue and an elite. So, very cool. All right, let's go look at some of the other units that we have in the game that land poisons that are good for poison teams.
There's no room.
So, first of all, Gangello obviously is a legendary, so not everyone has him. His trait is very good. I get a lot of people that ask me, is it required to have Gangello to be able to use a poison team? And no, I don't think it is. This does give you 100% more damage, which literally doubles your poison damage, so it's very strong. I think this is also factored into Gajar when he explodes the poison. If you don't have him, you could totally do it with another poisoner. I'll show you some other poisoners in a minute here. He is actually a decent poisoner, you know, by himself without that trait. The trait's what makes him so strong. He also has very high health and defense, so he's easy to keep alive. So that's important as well. But let's go through some other units. A lot of people ask me, do I need Gangello? No, you don't. You'll just need better gear, right? Because you'll need to last longer. You'll need better defensive stats. The whole point of a poison team is basically to be very tanky. Let me show you his stats here. You want a lot of HP, you want a lot of defense. You need whatever speed you need to be able to get the turn order right. I'll go over that next. And you need focus. Focus does need to be pretty high, especially if you're trying to do Queen, because she puts a resistance buff on herself. Okay. Let me show you a graphic I have. Let me show you my spreadsheet. The link's going to be in the description as always, but I have a little graphic I made for my poison team. Basically, it goes through all the speeds, all the stats, all the gear, all the glyphs I have. You can see basically most of my glyphs are maxed out. Gajar is not as important to have a lot of stats. You do want some focus on him so he can land poisons, but yeah, all right, let's go through. So the order, I have them in order of their turn order. This is important. Gangello goes first because he wants to place a poison. Okay, so he's going to place a poison 100% of the time. I have his abilities turned off, so he only uses A1. So the very first thing I want him to do is land a poison, and then Santis is going to go next. Once we're on the boss here, I'm talking, and she's going to use her ultimate. Her ultimate duplicates all the poisons on the boss. So that's why you want her to go second, because you do want poisons on the boss. And every time Santis hits, if there is a poison already on the boss, she adds another poison. Once you get 5-star Awakened here, it's 100%. So you always want someone to land a poison before Santis. That's important. Then I have Zatlux going, and then I have Gajar. You could go Gajar, then Zatlux. This order is not quite as important. But for auto, you do want Gangello, then Santis. I've seen some other content creators say you want Santis to go first, then Gangello. You don't want it that way. The reason why they do say that is because he will put a block positive buffs. But honestly, for me, clearing 11, it's not as important as some other things. Here's the gear I'm showing here. I would like Gangello in a cursed set. I'm working to put him in a cursed set, but I don't have two really good cursed sets. You can see the gear is not really that great for this team. Zatlux requires the biggest gear investment. So Zatlux needs to be able to clear the waves solo, so he needs a lot of attack. He needs at least 70% crit rate, and he needs some decent crit damage. Speed as well, he needs to go before the waves go. Very important. Gajar really doesn't need anything special. I put him in a shield set just to give him some extra health. I literally just built him in tanky stats with a tiny bit of focus. You don't need crit rate, you don't need crit damage, you don't need attack, you really don't need anything. You just need him to stay alive, and all you need is for him to explode the poisons. That's his only role. I don't think I need to go through each piece of gear and show you substats and stuff. Gangello, I did need to run in speed boots just to get him faster than Santis, because Santis is quite fast. But everyone else, I just ran in health boots. Santis especially because her health is a lot higher. So, I mean, a quick tip here. She's A for health, right? So focus on health more than defense, because you'll get obviously bigger boosted stats going for health. So you can see I have her in health boots, a health ring, and health amulet, because I want to boost her health as much as possible. All I care about in her is focus and defense stats and whatever speed she needs. Look at the speed, +0. She's really fast. She has literally exactly 0 speed. So Santis is very fast. Once you get her glyphs up and you get her ascended like this, she's very fast. So I don't even need any speed on her for her to go second. She goes before all the waves as well. I guess I'll just show you Gajar's sets right now that I have him in. I mean, look at this gear. It's really bad. Health, health, defense. I mean, lots of health. Basically nothing. I'm just using this to give the 30% shield. That's all I'm using. I have this literal 3-star piece of garbage on him. So gear is not that important on Gajar. The gear is much... Santis is the squishiest of all of them, especially on Queen, also because she is the same affinity. She is not strong affinity. So she takes a lot of the damage. She is the one you want to be the most tanky. So I got health, I got focus. This piece of gear is not very good. Health percent with crit and defense. So you just want to focus on tanky stats. Okay, let's talk about some of the other free-to-play options in the game. I do have one of them. I don't have her built out, but another very good option is Raven. Raven is a good free-to-play unit. She is a dark unit, but she's an elite, so she's much easier to get. What I'm going to do for her is I'm literally going to turn off her abilities. So if you skill her up, she has a 100% chance to place a poison for 3 turns. For 3 turns, not 2 turns. Most of them are 2 turns. So I if you want to use her, turn off her abilities, have her use A1 only, put her in a cursed set so she can proc extra poisons, and she will put out a lot of poisons. The biggest problem being C tier health, C tier defense, and C tier speed. So you will need a decent cursed set to get her up and running, but if you don't have Gangello, this might be a good replacement for Gangello. Santis is probably required in the team. Gajar, nice to have, but honestly, there's other poisoners, right? So one other thing is if you're trying to do Queen, you may need to run someone like Hulins because he does have unhealable. The adds heal in Queen, so you may need to run him and then 2 poisoners. That may work. Just got to work out stats and give some some tries here with different units. Just try to figure out if you need that. You might need the unhealable. Azul is another poisoner, okay? 50% chance to apply poison. His ulti just gives poisons to everyone. AoE, so another great unit for poisons. I don't know if he's a huge option for poison. He's got a 5 turn. I thought he had it on his A1 and his ultimate. Did they change Goobag? All right, well, maybe scratch Goobag. But the other free-to-play option here is Valak. Valak is a pretty cool unit here. He does place accuracy down. Accuracy down means that you can deflect a lot more attacks. So this like gives you dodge, kind of, right? The ability to deflect attacks. So accuracy is very cool. A1, 50% chance to apply a poison. Not 100%, but, you know, decent. This is an interesting passive, though. Whenever an enemy attacks an ally, there's a 50% chance to apply a poison. I mean, that should proc a lot of poisons by itself. And then his ultimate deals 100% damage to all enemies, scales with poison damage. So I would probably turn off his abilities and have him only A1 because, you know, this is just going to do damage, and he's probably not going to... You're going to want to build him with health and defense and enough speed to go in the proper turn order, but I would probably just turn off his abilities and have him only use the A1 for poison. So another option there. So those are all the free-to-play options for poison teams. As I said earlier, I've known one person to clear Queen 12 with a free-to-play team. It was on manual, but basically all you need is better gear, right? So if you're free-to-play, you don't have Gangello, try some of these other units. I think Raven is probably the most promising. She's probably the most promising because she has a 100% chance to place it. And if you put her in a cursed set, it's also 3 turns, which is pretty insane. So Raven is a solid unit for poisons. So if I wanted to pick a team for poisons, if free to play, what I would do is I would use this team right here. I'd probably be using this team right here. No legendaries, 3 epics. This one you can fuse. This is probably the hardest epic to get for a free to play. Zatlux you can get from Covenant quests, so he's free to get. But he's probably the second hardest to get because the Covenant quests are kind of hard to complete. Santis, right now you can fuse her. So you can see mine is already fully ascended because I fused a bunch. I pulled 2 and then I used 1 of the Epic Ascension. So Santis is going to be your strongest poisoner, even stronger than Gangello. Her by herself can pump out a massive amount of poisons. I would say if you're trying a poison team, you really do need Santis. And if you can 5-star Awaken her, if you can get 5 pink stars down here, ascended, not awakened, she's very strong. She is very, very, very strong. Awesome unit. These are the spells I use. I just have a resurrect here, which basically resurrects a team member for 1 turn and lets them hit again. This sometimes saves me. I have a heal because you take some damage, right? You're just getting pelted by the boss while you're waiting for poisons to tick. So. And if you really can't get a Gajar, you could probably use this team right here. Ulin's puts poisons out, not a lot. He only puts it on his second ability, but he has the unhealable. And you really need Gajar for the unhealable because the ads heal like crazy. I guess you could try to kill all the ads and the boss at the same time, but this is another free-to-play team that may work. And again, Zatlux is just there to clear the waves. So if you have another unit that can clear all the waves, maybe another unit who does AoE damage, anything like that, you could probably get away with that as well. But this would be a great free-to-play team here. Okay, that's probably enough for this. I will end this video, but what I will do is I will just show you one run on auto with my normal team here, and I'll just let it play out. So thank you guys so much for watching the video, man. I really appreciate everyone's support. I know you guys really liked my poison team video, so I just wanted to give you an updated one with some free-to-play options and basically an update on my gear. Because when I made the very first video, I only had I was only able to do 8 on auto, I believe, and now I'm up to 11. The changes in the patch did help me a lot. It does seem a lot easier since they changed it. I think I got up at least 1 or 2 levels. I also leveled up some gear a little bit, so we're here. All right, I'll let you guys enjoy the video here. Thank you so much.
This world will be consumed. The death spiral has begun. Suit up. Wipe them out.
You can actually see the ad just healed the boss. Gajar only has a small chance to land the unhealable. So, but still, no problem clearing this run. I know it looks close, but I've never lost a battle, so no worries. There you go. 4-star gear, that's it? Is it? That's all you give me? I've been getting a decent amount of 6-star gear from 11, honestly. I'm starting to pick up 6-star gear like crazy. And yeah, so I'm going to farm this like crazy. Try to upgrade my gear. Try to move into 12 and try to farm this out. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I just want to give an update on my poison team and give you some free-to-play options that you can mess around with. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go down there, hit the like button, sub to the channel if you're not already. Got a huge percentage of people watching the videos every single day that are not subscribed, 75%. So do me a huge favor, hit that sub button. Thanks again. Have a great day. See you guys.